The last part of our lab was the mystery canister. So what we had was that we had a little canister that had 10 pennies in it, but students were not able to see what was in there. So the things that they were able to do, they got the total mass of the canister and the pennies. They have the mass of the canister, and what we would do is subtract those two values, and that would get us to the mass of the pennies inside. So the total mass of the pennies inside was 28.56 grams. All right. Now we could use this formula to figure out, to be able to figure out how many old and how many new pennies that we had. And this is sort of derived from a systems of equations. So what we would then do, so plugging in this value, the mass of an old penny again was around 3 grams. We're just going to leave out the units of grams for now. And this is going to be X. X is going to represent the number of new pennies. The mass of the mass of a new penny is 2.5 grams. And this is going to be multiplied by 10 minus X. Since we know there are 10 pennies, 10 minus X would give us the number of new pennies that we have. And the mass of the total mass of pennies is coming from up here, and that's going to be 28.56. So now what we need to do is go ahead and solve this. All right, and so let's go to a different color so we can see. So now this is going to turn into 3x, and this is going to be plus 2.5 times 10 is 25, and then it's going to be minus 2.5x, and that again is going to equal our 28.56 grams. Now, from here, then what we have is that we're going to simplify our terms with x. So this is going to turn into 0.5x. And then we're also going to subtract this 25 from both sides. So on the left-hand side, it's going to go away, and we're going to subtract over here. So 0.5x is going to equal 3.56. And then we're going to take and divide by our 0.5x, or excuse me, divide by 0.5 on each side to get x by itself. And so then x is going to equal roughly 7. And so what that means is that we have 7 old pennies. All right. We have 7 old pennies, and then that means we must have 3 new, since we know that we have 10 pennies total. All right. One neat thing that you can also do here is use the Desmos graphing calculator. And so if we open up a web browser here, and then we type in Desmos graphing, what we can do is plug in our values according to the system of equation. And so for our system of equation, our first equation is x plus y. Oops. Why is it not typing in here? We would do x plus y. Let's do this. X plus y equals 10 is going to be 1. And then we're going to have our similar equation that we had before. So it would be 3 times x, which is our old pennies, plus 2.5 times y, which is our new pennies. And then that's going to equal our total mass of our pennies. So in our example, it was 28.56. And we'll hit enter. And then what we can do is go over here, and we can highlight where they overlap, and where those lines overlap is 7 for x, roughly 7, and 7 was our how many new pennies we had, or excuse me, 7 was the number of old pennies, y was the number of new pennies, which is around 3. And so with this graphing app, you can see where the lines overlap, and it solves your systems of equations very easily, and then it also sort of takes the algebra out of things. But that's where it sort of comes from. All right, so thanks for watching. This has been our mystery canister system of equation problem. Thank you.